I would say neither. But I'm never wrong, so there's that.
Happy chaos, that's our song. Loud and wild, but where we belong. Life's a sermon, love's the verse. Blessings big and a little reverse. Happy chaos, yeah, bring it on.
Welcome to Happy Chaos.
Are you going to wear your headphones for the intro?
No, I'm not allowed to wear my headphones. Y'all told me I'm not allowed to wear them.
Nobody said you're not allowed to wear them. They just said they don't look good.
You told me I'm not allowed to wear them.
Because they don't look good. I'm just saying. Can you see those in the...
I don't know. Well, hey, welcome to Happy Chaos where Justin's not allowed to wear headphones.
What can I say?
It's all right. I have another podcast and I wear my headphones in that podcast.
Yeah.
Do you not like that I wear the headphones?
No, it looks great. Looks great. Looks great.
Hey, today we're talking about fighting. When couples fight. Have you ever seen a couple? Have you ever been stuck in the car with a couple that got in a fight?
Or played a game with a couple that got in a fight?
I think we've been that couple.
We've definitely been that couple.
We have been. And I know somebody right now is already, because Kelly is this person, you say, we never fight. Me and my husband, we never fought. But that only means one thing. That only means one thing. If you are in a relationship where there is never a fight, I don't think there's something necessarily wrong. This isn't a condemnation. It's just to say that if you're in a relationship and there is never any disagreement, there's never any fighting, it means that one person is constantly submitting. It just means that one person gives up.
I disagree.
How do you disagree?
I just do. I don't think that Jonathan was always submitting or even me at all. So.
Well, we know you don't. That's
a lie. Actually, I do sometimes. I try.
Sometimes, but
I try.
there are times that.
Yeah.
So then what does that mean?
It just means that with me and you, it's a matter of butting heads.
I guess. Well, listen, we're talking about fighting today. Couples fighting.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the car specifically with other people in the car. That's part of the reason why I don't like to ride with other people.
Because there's a lot of fights?
There can be. I hate it.
I feel like we don't fight a whole lot in the car.
No, I don't mean you and I. Okay. I mean, like, I don't
if
like...
they're fighting.
If they get in a fight, which happens, I'm just...
Taco.
I have been in the awkward situation where I'm in the backseat of somebody else's car. I know it happened with me and Sarah on several occasions. And I'm trying to think if you and I kind of had a policy. I don't really ride with people because of it.
Yeah.
And I don't really love to ride with people in general. If you know me personally and you've been like, Justin, why wouldn't you just ride with me? The answer is because I have been in some awkward situations.
And not just that, but you're kind of held captive.
Yeah, I've been in a situation
where they want to go, when they want to go.
I wanted to leave, and I'm like, hey, I really need to go. And the guys are like, I went on just to be honest about it, like I went on a mission trip.
Yeah.
And I rode with these other guys and they talked me into it. I wanted to drive myself and they're like, no, ride with us, whatever. And then I needed to, I see what you're doing. I'm like mid-story.
I didn't say anything. We're listening.
Anyways, the guys were like, well, find a ride home. And I'm like, how's that okay?
Yeah.
So.
And wasn't it when the kids were all sick?
Yeah, I'd just recently been widowed and widowered. Some people get so.
The grief police are out in full force.
The what police?
Grief police.
Oh, grief police. Yeah. They always come at me if we ever type that, they always like to correct that.
It's widower.
But I'm saying, then was I widowered?
No, you were widowed.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Yeah.
So anyway.
They might say differently, but we don't, so.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so I don't like to ride with people in the car, but I especially do not like to ride with a couple that potentially ends up in potentially
couple
fight. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at our screen and realizing we're just like a hair off.
A little bit. Yep. There's a little bit more
Is
on
that
this
bothering
side.
you?
A little bit. Yeah.
I can't. Should I fix that? I can't go over there and go
No,
fix
we can just
that.
crop it in the end.
Can we?
Yeah.
I don't think we can. You'll lose the top, or we'll lose the bottom. It doesn't matter.
Forgive us. Forgive us for being off a little bit, but we're talking about fighting.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes we end up in a fight because we're off a little bit.
Yeah. And, you know, notice you side the person who gives less, who gives up less is small. I'm just kidding. It was actually the other way around. That I in my mind, I thought the person who gets their way more, but I wasn't going to say that. I'm not
Right.
going to put myself under the bus. Doesn't work.
So there
that
is a bus.
boom, boom, boom. I think in the last episode you said that I ran over you and then backed up and ran over you.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but that's not true. Anyways, this is Happy Chaos,
Hey,
episode 61.
61 of these. I can't believe you guys are still here. I
Yeah.
love you and I'm glad you're here. But there are times that I think to myself, I can't believe we're still doing this.
I know.
61 episodes. Because it is true. Somebody just sent me this the other day. If you begin a podcast and you make it to episode 20, that puts you in the top 1%. Because 99% of podcasts get started
Yep.
and end before episode 20. And I can tell you it's difficult. It is difficult at times to keep up with
Yeah, for sure.
a regular.
I mean, today was one of those days.
yeah,
but
it's
We're
late.
here.
We're here.
We're here and we're doing it.
We're doing it.
I feel like we're far apart on screen too.
You gotta.
You know,
The
we're not
magic-
fighting right now. We're just talking about fighting.
Better. Look at how far mine is extended versus yours. It's okay because there's usually somebody that has to go somebody else's way.
Yes. Thank you for coming my way.
See what I did there?
This is Justin. I'm Kelly.
We took all that time and we haven't even
Widower,
introduced
widow, remarried a year and a half ago. We've got a big old blended family of lots of marriages happening and all the fun stuff. Lots of grandies coming into the picture.
at least 2 more.
Yeah, so that makes a total of 3 so far.
Um,
All right, and actually, you know what we should do? We should have our daughter Rebecca. She is due. Well, she's due at the end of the month, but we're pretty sure. I mean, we know she's going to be before then.
She's ready to pop.
Yeah, and so you guys leave it down in the comments. Take a guess because he lost already. His was yesterday at
She's
11
saying take
p.m.
a guess when you think the baby will come.
Yeah,
But
my guess is tomorrow. I believe I said.
no, I thought you were today.
I said the 9th.
No, I think you were today.
I said the 9th.
I don't think you did.
Check your text.
Well, I'll check later.
All right, so y'all.
Happy chaos. That's our song.
Starting it. I like it.
Oh,
We already
goodness.
ran that by this point, though.
Yeah, we did, but that's okay. I just felt like we were missing out if I didn't hit that.
It does help me to feel like it got started. Because I feel like we're kind of having like a slow. We're like a diesel engine right now.
They have a slow start.
Yeah. You have to like let them
Warm up.
Yeah, warm up. a
Warm
little.
them up,
Yeah.
especially on a cold day.
You know, I've heard that's like letting your car warm up. I've heard that's a myth.
It's not though, not for diesel. You have
N-
to. You have to
diesel-
put like a blanket underneath them.
Yeah, diesel you have to warm up, but who's driving diesels? I mean, besides for some guy with a farm truck,
Lots of people.
I don't think that's true. I
It's
remember
very
VW Bugs
true.
tried to make a diesel version a few years ago.
Here's the thing. So I was like thinking about our podcast this week, and I was thinking to myself, we probably shouldn't read all of the comments. And I feel bad because I want to read people's comments, but it takes like 30 minutes to read everyone's
Yeah,
comments.
it's a lot of
I don't
comments.
want to lose people by that point.
I'm saying
Right?
I'm
And-
saying we go with 5.
Okay, I challenged everybody to get us over 60. We got almost the least comments on this episode.
It's true.
What did I do? Did I say something? Did I do something? It was 'cause
Some
I was
things
really
are some
spicy.
things are like best unspoken.
You trying to say I did something?
No, I'm trying to say if you tell people to leave a comment, then they're like,
It's
I'm not leaving a
true.
comment. But if you don't,
Oh, I didn't even know you did this.
that was yesterday.
Yes, I did. I knew that.
You got to keep up. Babe, there's lots going on. You can't go back like that. Yeah, there you go.
He
Yeah.
says keep up. No, he didn't.
She's got to keep up.
He's in a spunky mood.
I mean, you said just to be clear, by the way, I didn't want to do this episode about fighting. I literally said,
We're going to get in a fight.
so do you want to do that? I don't really want to get in a
We're
fight.
going to be good. We won't get in a fight. But listen, 30 comments, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, 30 comments is great. You know what's lovely about comments, by the way, y'all, is that the algorithm loves them.
Yes.
And so when you leave us comments, it does help the videos to go further, and it helps to support the channel. So there's that. That's pretty fun.
Exactly.
But I think today, we do need to go like top 5, and then we'll do some shout outs, some honorable shout outs.
All right. I mean, we have our regulars this week, and I love that. I love our regulars so much. I love
Yeah.
that they keep me entertained. Like,
Listen to what Brooke just said. I laughed so hard through this whole episode. I was cooking, so I didn't write down any of my answers, but cracking up.
I love her.
Thanks, Brooke.
She's so sweet. Tara Miller, get the croc wedges. See, so can I make that purchase on Amazon?
For $60?
No, I think they're 50.
No.
Will you think about it? I've
Sure.
done a lot of shopping
Yes.
lately, so I'm gonna just.
I was gonna say
I'm just gonna cool my jets right
I
here.
was-
No, we don't have to talk about it.
I was
You will
very
love them.
serious.
They are super good.
I was very seriously going to look at her earlier and be like, Kelly, we've got to talk about the spending right now.
It's not that bad.
I don't think I seriously was about to like go around and collect all the stuff that you've bought in the last week and pile
What do you
it
think
up.
that I've gotten in the past week?
Lots.
Like what?
Shirts.
Hold on. What shirts?
There's one on your dresser today with a tag on
It
it.
was a tank top from Walmart, and it was $4.
Okay, well still $4 here and $4 there adds up.
Keep going, because I think you're confusing. I got a bag full of clothes from Tara,
Here's
from
the
her
thing.
daughter Nicole.
Listen, Kelly, we will do this, and here's what I was anticipating. If I piled up all the things, all the purchase, look, here's something else.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you over my brand new, to me, Stanley, personalized, customized. Oh, but it gets better. Go ahead. Are you upset with me because of this, Stanley?
Upset with anything. I'm just saying we got to cool it on the spending.
Are you upset with me because of the spending for the cup?
She is spicy right now.
Who's spicy?
Not me. Just because I
You
want
told me to cool my jets.
on the spending.
Anyways.
What she'll do is she'll discount. She'll go through and she'll be like, that doesn't count. That doesn't
It's
count.
not that it doesn't count. But okay, all right, here's our first question for the people. I need to move this over because
All right, here's
you're
our first
probably
question, y'all.
struggling.
You ready?
Here's the first question. Do you believe that I should count a gift as something that I purchased?
What do you mean?
Because you
No, I didn't. I did not put this in the list of things that you purchased.
Okay,
You're the
sorry.
one who assumed that I'm saying.
He is, though. So, anyways, I had a dear, sweet friend who follows the podcast and also comes to church, Leah, and she gave me this beautiful tumbler. And she walked up to me, and Justin was right there, and she said, "Now he can't get upset."
And I said, yes, I can. And this is a different one, Leah. Let's just be clear about something. This one's different because we don't
She
have
called
room.
the name of your podcast. Go ahead, proceed, Leah. Leah's listening.
What? Why? What is going on right now? The bus is coming full speed, and Kelly's.
Are you going to get upset with Leah right now?
No, I'm not upset with Leah. I'm saying that you can't have so many cups. Where are you going to put it? Get it. You have to get another home. You have to get a whole other home so you can have a
Well,
whole
good
other
thing I'm about to
kitchen.
have an entire bedroom as a pantry, so I will keep one shelf for all of my Stanley cups.
There, you have to admit at some point you have to go. If we have an entire cabinet shelf full of Stanleys.
Hold on. Are they all my Stanleys?
No.
No. Do you know how...
Happy chaos. That's our song. Loud and wild.
Listen, do you know how many are my Stanleys?
I don't know how many are your Stanleys. Probably 5.
3.
No.
Yes, 1.
No, I could name more than 3 right now.
Hot pink. Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
all right.
Hot pink,
Yep.
2.
Yep.
And the one Becca got me, 3.
Is that the
Blue and white one that's Kaylee's that I stole from
Yeah,
her?
the blue and white.
That's Kaylee's.
But you stole it.
But it's still technically hers.
Oh my. Hey, live couples fighting. Just imagine being in the backseat of our car. Let's just turn around and people can pretend they're in. We'll just like act like we're driving.
Okay. That would have been fun, actually.
Yeah, then we could just like have a couples fight in the car.
Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to go any further with the things that have been purchased. But anyways.
Yeah, what else has been purchased? Go ahead. Enlighten the Happy Chaos crew.
We're standing at the coffee shop the other day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to get something to munch on because we were going to be out all day. So I grabbed me a protein bar because I didn't want any of the other things there. I just grabbed it for no other reason than it was there and I wanted something to eat. So I grabbed this protein bar, and before we even got in the car, well, no, I shouldn't say it because she tested it first. So in the car ride from the coffee shop, she orders an entire case of those protein bars. Wait, I'm not done.
That's a food item.
That's what I could pile them up, and she says they don't count. Protein bars are like $2 a piece, and the case has like 12 in it or something.
Hold up.
Hold on, I'm not done.
With the key, well, hold on. If it's about the other purchases, we have to stop at each individual one. Let me talk to you about food. You allow the kids to raid the refrigerator, and I told you, I'm like, babe, it's very expensive. They're eating a whole thing of dinosaur chicken in one sitting, and you're like, it's okay it makes me know that they like it, and if they like it, we'll just buy more. Mama wants some protein bars. So now I got to consider that my clothes budget.
I didn't say you have
my nails budget, my eyelashes.
See, keep going.
That's it. That's all I do in this world.
Yeah, okay. Do shoes count as clothes?
What shoes have I purchased?
From the thrift store?
Yeah.
Yes, you do get shoes from you. There are so many shoes upstairs.
I got 2 pairs from the thrift store and I donated like 20.
You did not donate 20.
Yes, I did.
Not.
And not just that, but the ones that I did get from the thrift store, they're all going back to donate.
Yeah, I know. We have a rental program going at the thrift store, and now we buy back. We buy back. I haven't even posted this video yet. I don't think. Did I?
He
post
did.
it?
He did. Yeah. Oh, maybe not.
No, I don't think I did. She was working very kindly, working on my office. Okay, don't get riled up. I'm admitting.
Come at him.
She was working on my office at church. I haven't had an office at church in over 2 years because we gave it up for the school and we gave my office up and they built another office. And so I get my office back. And
we were fighting that morning. And I went to go clean the church.
No, I don't remember that.
And the whole thing is I went to leave early and I wanted to get out early because I was going to do the office for him. I had it all planned the day before. I bought a candy jar for him and all kinds of candy to fill up his jar.
So
and
she did what? What did you bought?
So,
did you say you bought a candy jar?
Yes. Yes, I did. For my husband because he has an office.
It still
back.
comes from the same account.
And do you want to know?
It doesn't matter the
love
reason.
languages. I heard him say the other day, I really want to get to the church and clean up my office and make it mine. And so what did his wife do?
Cleaning is free.
She heard that this is what he wants. So what did I do? I went in there. I cleaned the heck out of that office.
You did.
It looks so good.
But then
and I bought a candy jar and some candy. I spent less than $10 on that candy jar and candy from the dollar store.
Babe,
from Dollar Tree.
This is what. Anyways, all right. On to what I'm trying to say. He's
been debunked so far.
We donated a sign that says blessed, like a little sign that you put on a shelf. We donated it to the thrift store. She wanted to stop by the thrift store to get things for the office, and she repurchased the sign.
It didn't work for my home, but it worked for the office.
I mean, purchase is strong language because it was for the church. But still.
Yes.
It was our sign that we donated.
I know. It worked for the office. It just didn't work for my home anymore.
Okay, listen.
And I
think
did
y'all
buy.
can
I
see-
did buy
and-
a couple dresses,
and I
this
didn't even
week,
get to
and
tell
so
you when I was
he
trying
is
to-
so sweet. He let me buy a dress or two.
Let is
and
strong
then-
language too. There's an
When a dress came in today, I was a little bit worried. I was like, just pass it off.
you try. I literally, I was at the kitchen table and
He
when you
was
s- when-
he was steaming.
When I was a little bit.
I
When you
know.
said that, I was like, and hence why I was. Are y'all hearing a repetition here? Here's the thing.
but I
here's the thing.
save him money in a lot of ways.
I want to know what account it's going into.
I mean, you want me to pull it up right now and show everyone?
No, there's not. She's saying she saves because she didn't spend as much as she would have if she bought it
No, I
somewhere
really
else.
do save.
Okay, listen. I just want to tell you. I want to finish my protein bar story. So she buys these protein bars just on a whim. She's like, "That was good." She's on Amazon. I'm like, "We don't have to order those. You don't got to get all of them." Nope. She ordered a whole case. Okay. Then we're 2 days later. We are standing at the church, and I forgot what we were doing. She has a wrapper from a different protein bar.
Hold on. I just ate it that morning.
I know. And then she says that she just got, I was like, when did you get that? And she was like, oh, when I was at the store, I grabbed it, whatever. The reason I ask is because she was telling someone else how she just ordered a case of those. So you bought a second case of protein bars in the same week.
Okay.
All because you bought one at the store and ate it and was like, that's good. I need 24 of them.
Do you support me eating healthy?
Yes, but that's
Then
not,
I need something to be able to, if I want.
well, protein
to have
bars
a-
are questionably healthy. I mean, you can do a whole lot better for less.
Well, I mean, chemical wise, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
But sweet wise, like I got these Reese protein bars. They have actual Reese in them. Is it minuscule? Sure. But it's better than me eating a pack of Reese cups. There's 15 grams of protein per serving, and protein is king.
That's not even right, but that's not even the thing. We're talking about spending. You're upset.
All right, next time I'll buy a 12 pack of Reese cups.
That would still be spending.
I won't eat.
It's not the. Told y'all we were gonna fight this episode.
We ain't fighting. Y'all are gonna be fighting him because I didn't do anything wrong here.
Somebody has to watch the money and say, hey, we probably should not spend.
Well, I haven't gotten that alert yet, so
Excuse me, I have a text to send. Well,
listen. Okay.
I could have saved for a Bronco by now.
Oh, lies. That is that is not true. But listen to me. I know when my dress came in today, I said, okay, it's time for me to slow down. Because I know how to filter myself. I know how to slow myself down.
Do you?
And hold on, because we're having this conversation right now, but I still haven't got my nails done. So when I go get my nails done tomorrow, you can't say, oh my gosh, I've been trying to get my nails done for a week now, and I just haven't yet.
You know what? I'm so glad you're going to try to get it done tomorrow.
Look at this. And I'm a pastor's wife.
Nobody cares about that, about being a pastor's wife. That is not what they're looking at. And go tomorrow.
Oh, they're closed tomorrow. Oh my gosh.
It's like you said you were going today.
I know, and I didn't make it. They just closed 30 minutes ago. So today's a no-go.
Right.
But maybe I'll try somewhere new tomorrow because that my pointer fingers.
So just note that we're gonna filter the spending after tomorrow.
I have to.
I get
Well,
it.
then.
Right then. Hey guys, this will be my last episode. I got to get a second job.
I can DoorDash.
I might need a second job and at least if you're door dashing, it would slow down. It would you couldn't get on Amazon if you were door dashing.
Except when I'm waiting for an order.
How's that helpful right now?
I'm all about justice, and so it would have been wrong if I lied and said, you're right, you can't get on Amazon when you're door dashing, but I absolutely can. And it would probably actually give me a little more time.
Does anybody have a blood pressure machine? Because I feel like I might need one right now. Something to just
Okay. All right.
check.
No more money talk. No more money talk.
I'm
saving.
wearing this 6-year-old watch. I think it does some stuff. Heart rate.
You got to keep your fingers like on the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go.
ECG?
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think so.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Let's see what it says.
All right.
here.
If your heart rate's not up, we don't need to slow the spending.
Okay. Health monitoring data. Sure, yeah. Read my soul. All right. How many things do you want me to allow? Yes,
They want you
yes,
to allow
yes.
what? You have to download stuff first.
Well, it won't be-
Anyways, he's okay. He's okay. He's just
he's gonna be fine.
he's gonna make it this
He's
time.
gonna be just fine.
All right, let me finish with just a couple more comments. But she says, Tara, I can't get the Crocs right now. David Eaton, Major Beach Bum here for the
I'm on a pastor's salary.
Tara, we'll talk later. I'm just messing with you. I'm not getting the Crocs, okay?
It's fine.
No.
When you all see me twirling a sign outside of a pizza place, you'll be like, "Is that Pastor Justin?" Just know. Just know.
Just because you're a man of many talents doesn't mean that's on me, bro.
You're not gonna love it when I'm not at home because
I'll
I've
be
got-
right next to you helping you spin signs.
What if I've got some 17-year-old manager who gets mad at you and won't let
I
you hang
won't
out?
let you work under a 17-year-old.
There's one way to stop that.
I slowed my spending already.
Yeah, we've slowed it for the evening. We will not buy anything else tonight. It's 7:30. Let's see.
He's being a little turd.
That was me. That was a little spicy. That was extra
That
spicy.
was spicy.
I'm sorry.
But that's okay.
I wasn't trying to be spicy. It just kind of like that.
I mean, yeah, I get it. I do, and I'm trying. I'm trying for you.
Thanks, babe.
I mean it. I am. I'm slowing my roll.
Right now, we're slowing it down. After. Oh.
Let's see. Jody Ballard, she says, congratulations, episode 60. I love your podcast so much and look forward to them every week.
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you so much, Jody.
Jody's going to be on your side on the spending thing.
Yeah, for sure. She wants to go shopping with me.
I don't want that to happen.
Oh, gosh. I think she even says something here. But she said, I would definitely go without a favorite TV show for sure over my for my two favorite people. You guys already knew that, though.
Come on.
I know. I think she says something about wanting to go on a shopping spree with me somewhere in here. But anyways, Ashley Eversole, nails done every 3 weeks with builder gel. Not high maintenance. It curbs my nail biting and makes me feel good about myself.
Is that what you do is builder gel?
Thank you, Ashley. No, that's what I used to do in Vero in Florida, but I couldn't find anyone who did it around here. So, but now,
Well, she lived right down the road from us, so
yeah, I'm going to ask her about it. But it's probably more expensive.
that would track. Thanks, Ashley.
It's not Ashley's fault.
No, it is not.
Oh gosh, Brian Wright, a guy is
Hey, Brian.
commenting.
I don't know if you're watching again. He said, did he say Crocs or sandals from the hood? Technically, I said Crocs or sandals with hood.
Yeah,
They're like hooded sandals.
yeah,
Not
but not like
from
in the hood.
Yeah, not in the hood.
Who's calling me? It's spam. Should I answer it right here?
No, it's just, you know how that'll go.
Heather Snell. I don't know if I've seen that. The mountains are calling and I must go. All things nature and wildlife. Same with ants and even spiders. Happy 60th episode. I would definitely give up my favorite show for happy chaos all year long. Praying for no rain and a wonderful 15-year celebration at Salt and Light Church this coming Sunday. And that it was.
It was really cool.
It was so amazing.
It was really cool. You've hit your 5, though.
Autumn Hardy. Kelly is laying it out how it's going to be this week. Just heard the whip crack. Haha. I like when people are passionate about holding to their ideals, even if I don't agree or share the same interests. It's just fun to see people be passionate about something. On the flip side of the Crocs debate, I have 4 pairs of Crocs that have seen the better side of almost a decade of regular use. And they seem to be almost eternal, she says. And they got recycled at
They're
our
like the
local-
cockroach of shoes.
Yes.
They're just hanging on.
Oh my gosh,
Can't
that's
get
so
rid of
true.
They're
She
like
says
lice for your feet.
Croc
Can't get
store
rid of
gives you
those.
10% on each pair.
I've been in a Croc store, and when we were in Florida.
Yeah.
Was that?
It
were
was
we in
Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
It seems like just yesterday.
And that's when we walked out and I ordered them online because I got them for $25 a pair.
They were 20 a pair.
Yeah. For T-Mobile Tuesday.
Yeah.
They were 20.
Did you all know that about the T-Mobile thing? Did you know they T-Mobile that if you have T-Mobile?
That's
you get-
another reason we ain't switching to no AT&T cell phones.
Yeah, we're getting that free stuff from T-Mobile, like
Yeah.
umbrellas and spatulas.
I really like T-Mobile though. Shout out to them. They've been good to us.
They have been good to us. I have no complaints with them. But they have this thing called T-Mobile Tuesday, and you get sometimes even just straight free stuff. The other day, you could get like chicken fingers for $1.
Yeah.
And
8 boneless wings for
got like
$1.
$5 off of Qdoba.
Yeah. And a free McAllister sandwich
Yeah,
with the
if you-
purchase
if
of
you
a
ma- If
drink.
you bought a drink, you had a free sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, T-Mobile didn't pay us anything to say that. We're just giving you some good insight. You got to download the T-Life app if you have
Yes.
T-Mobile, but
Yes.
you can get it.
Let's see. B. Davis Cole. Absolutely, my nails, toes, and hair trimmed every 4 to 5 weeks. No longer. I do the dip nails. They last great. Mine are dip nails, and there was a time that maybe they lasted great, but my 2 pointer fingers for the past 4 times have been chipping.
I think you should
So-
still keep getting the same stuff.
No, I'm just gonna tell them. Can you make them a little thicker this time?
I think if you keep getting them that way, you can keep getting them redone. You know what I mean? And
Notice I still wait my 4 weeks. I refuse to
Has
go
it been
sooner.
4 weeks?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can pull up the text message that tells me.
She always
It's
says
been a
that.
month since you've been here.
pull it up right now. Prove it. Prove it. She can't prove this.
Bet.
Bet.
You better talk to them while I'm looking for
Well,
it.
I'm sorry. I was intrigued watching to see if you could pull up some nail thing that's dated for this week that says you've been 4 weeks. She can't find
Hey,
it.
Kelly.
She can't find it.
Could you call Buff City
Look at
Soap?
Look at her going.
The Bistro. I forgot to cancel that.
Bistro.
Yeah, in Bowling Green.
Oh. She set us up dinner reservations last week. We did end up going on a date, and we went on a lunch date in the middle of the week, and I asked her to go, didn't I?
Yes, you did. You sure did.
She likes me to be spontaneous, but she likes at least a 2-week notice about that spontaneity.
Or at least a couple days.
That way she can know.
Hint, hint.
It's like planned spontaneity.
Oh, I need to pay my student loan.
I'm not seeing anything about nails.
Chill. It's here.
You're
It's
pretty
here.
far back. That's May, sweetheart.
Spa nails.
Yeah.
Thank you for checking in. I checked in May 16th.
Uh-huh. So you're...
But look, hold on. April, it's been 1 month since your last visit.
Okay, go on. What was the one after April? Look. March 9th.
That's check in. Look, hold on.
March 9th, check in. March 31st. They'll be closed. That's all. It just said they'll be closed.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the dates.
Yeah, but see,
This is how you
Look,
fight with your
we just
spouse
said
right here.
April, it's been a month. March, it's been 1 month since your last visit.
But go forward. You keep going backward. Go the other way. I want to. I think that's a sign that we should move on from this section.
we will. But just goes to show, but this week, I am not there yet. I'm not in my month.
We're not quite.
This is the first time.
And before that, you were April 22nd to.
No, get ready for Derby, it says.
Oh, I guess I got to read the.
Yeah,
thing.
thank you for checking in.
April 20th.
April 20th. And then May 16th.
Well, that's 4 days shy of your 4 weeks.
I think this was a nail fix, though.
It's 3.5 weeks.
No, I think that was a nail fix.
3.5,
And
3.5.
They wouldn't let me use that check-in because you get points for checking in. Anyways, moving on.
Well, we've already had our episode about fighting. We just got to do it.
That's funny. All right, let's pull it up.
I'm nervous right now.
You should be.
Okay,
You should
good.
be. I'm just kidding.
Before we talk about this, I just want to say that
You love me so much.
I do love you so much. You know that
Yeah,
you know how much you love somebody when you're willing to stay with them. That's a whole thing.
Willing to stay with me?
Yeah, I don't mean you in particular. I mean like in general. Like people, if you don't love something, you don't. If it annoys you, you don't stay with it.
Do I annoy you?
That's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
You know exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that a means of demonstrating that you love somebody is the things that you will stay with. Like, that is not, if you don't love something, then
But with me, there is nothing that you have to overlook because
it's not a matter
so
of
great.
overlooking. That would be an incorrect way of looking at it. I am saying that everything in life, you make a choice whether I'm going to keep it or not keep it.
I don't like where this is going.
I don't understand why you're bothered by that.
I don't know.
But you know that that's a true statement. Like, if you don't love somebody, okay, take husband wife out of the equation for a second.
Okay.
If you have a friend or two people that you know, but one of them is constantly doing something that, or maybe not constantly, that's maybe a bad way to say it. One of them does
You
something.
even constantly have someone popped up in my head. Now go ahead.
Okay, so they've done something you don't like.
Yeah.
Do you continue to subject yourself to be around them? No, you go, I don't have to be around that person. I'm not obligated to be around that person. So in everything that you do, you're choosing. I'm willing to say that I can live with these things because I love them, because I want to be around them. I can see the look on your face.
Man brain, woman brain.
Are you telling me, are you not telling me that there are some things with me that you don't have to like, that you don't have to say, I'm willing to accept that because I love him?
I kind of feel like that's a harsh way to put it.
Okay, maybe
I think
it's
that
harsh.
people are people, and
you choose whether or not you want to keep them around.
I mean, I married you. I made a covenant with you, so there's no choice there.
So are you saying you're only staying with me because you're obligated?
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. You because you love me. It's not out of obligation. It's out of love because you love me. The things that I do that you're like, ugh, I could go without that. I'm sure there's got to be things that you go, I could go without that.
For sure.
But I love him, so
Yeah.
I'm willing to stay with that.
Okay. All right, touche. I concede.
Wow. It's just because of this episode.
I think
Anyways.
that just shows who is the first to concede.
Oh my. Here we go. Okay, listen. I'm trying to say something though. As somebody who does a lot of premarital counseling,
Yes.
it is really important for couples to understand how I'd say this, and sometimes it feels bothersome to some people. I'm like, you really do need to know how to fight with your spouse. And I don't mean that in the sense of like how to like, no, not box them, but like how to win. That's the worst way to fight with your spouse, is to have the opinion of how can I win? There is no winner in that. What I mean is you need to understand the person so that you can know things that are permissible and things that are off limits. And, I'll use a different example than marriage. Like when I was with my brothers growing up, there was an unspoken rule when we would fight. We would get in like real actual fist fights, me and my brothers. Okay. For anybody just jumping in, I'm talking about me and my brothers. We would get in these actual fist fights. But there was an unspoken rule that unless you were legitimately trying to hurt this other person, you don't punch them in the face. Mm-hmm. Like that's off limits. I mean, now you're talking about knocking out teeth. You're talking about, cracked eye sockets or whatever. Like that's not okay. That's like permanent damage to somebody.
Yeah.
So you don't go and punch somebody in the face. When we're fighting with each other, I'm mad at you. You're mad at me. We ended up punching each other. But there was this unspoken rule that we knew in our house, don't punch each other in the face.
Yeah.
Now, other kids, we would get in a fight with another boy because we grew up in a time when kids were still allowed to fight. And so we would get in fights with other boys and they didn't know that rule and they'd hit you in the face. Well, guess what? Game on. Now you're punching each other in the face. Okay, I'm saying that to say like, with a couple, there are things that are like, for some people, getting up and walking out of the room is tragic. Like there's maybe trauma behind that or something else, and it's triggering. If you get up and walk out of the room,
He's talking about me.
Believe it or not, I was not saying that. No, I don't mean it, because for you, I don't think getting up and walking out is traumatic or triggering. You'd be mad about it. Don't misunderstand me. But I'm saying, like, I know people who would go into hysterics over if you if you got up and marched out of the room, like it would bring up kind of some trauma response. And, they'd go into hysterics over the idea of like you getting them walking out of the room. I know for other people, there's like, do not raise your voice. I mean, I remember somebody that's very specifically that was like, if even the tone, like the pitch changed, this person would they'd start crying, like bad crying, not like, like tearing up in the corner of my eye crying, like a panic kind of a cry. And so I say that to say, you have to understand your spouse enough to know, hey, I can't raise my voice with this person, or I can't get up and walk out of the room with this person. And I'm not saying that any of those things are a way to fight anyways, but we have to understand each other. And I think you and I have grown in understanding the way that, the way that if we do end up in a fight, like how do we navigate our way through that and navigate our way out of that,
right?
So that we're not continuing to, be mad at each other. Yeah, spin our wheels or be mad at each other over something, and for us, I would say 99% of any issue that we've had boils down to like a miscommunication.
I would say 99.9. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I would agree.
Okay, that was it. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. I agree.
I don't agree with the idea of when couples say like, oh, like you should never fight, or somehow if you're fighting that's unhealthy. You can get to a level of unhealthy fighting.
Yeah.
But it is not unhealthy if you've made a commitment to live with somebody. There are times you're going to disagree with them and they're going to disagree with you, and you have to know how to navigate that scenario.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Should we get out our little popsicle sticks for this?
I don't have them in here.
What'd you do with them? What did you do with them? Did you throw them away?
Let me show you how.
Did you throw them away? Did you throw them away? I'm telling you, Mandy is going to be mad.
Well, now I'm being threatened with Mandy.
Yes.
I didn't throw them away. They're in the locker in the house. Chill out.
I loved those.
Yeah, did y'all see the change? Did you see the change?
He changed quite a bit. I'm just kidding. All right, here we go.
Ooh. I was scared for a second.
Who's more likely to, number one, apologize first?
Is this a 3, 2, 1 thing?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Me.
You. Me.
You are growing more likely to apologize first.
Yeah.
There's the other day you were talking about the other day you apologized first. But yeah.
Listen, this is where stubborn comes in. I'm gonna restrain myself from what I want to say too. I think that's best if we both just
I didn't say
keep
anything. I didn't say
in.
anything. I just said you apologized first the other day.
Yes. All right, here we go. Who is the most likely to stay mad longer? 1, 2, 3. Me.
Kelly.
Yeah, for sure. He can get over it like it didn't even happen, and I'm like devastated on the floor, like it's the end of the world because he said boo. So.
I mean, what happens is she'll say, I can't believe you said that. And I'm like, that's not what I'm saying. But we can't, once you've seen it as I've said it that way, you can't unsee it.
I mean, when someone says something, you can't unsay it. All right, ready?
What about interpretation?
Oh, that's where most of our fights happen, are interpretation.
Yeah, I think so.
100%.
Go ahead.
Okay, who's
These are
more
like rapid
likely?
fire right now.
Who's more likely to move on faster from a fight? We just answered that question. 1, 2, 3. Him.
Me.
Oh, duh.
I can see the difference of the difference between those two. I think who's staying mad, but also who's getting over it faster. But
I guess
it's like partly cloudy, mostly sunny.
I mean, no, because it's. I see what you're doing there.
I wasn't doing anything.
All right, who's more likely to bring up old arguments? 1, 2. Down to the next one.
Who is likely to bring up old
it's
arguments?
me. Moving on.
We should talk about that for a minute.
Shoot, I don't think we should.
Sometimes we don't even have to be arguing. We don't have to be arguing to bring up.
I mean, I think that's incorrect.
We were driving the other week. I don't remember where we were, but it didn't matter, I guess. We were driving and Kelly started bringing some stuff up. I was like, where's this coming from right now? Are you mad at me? And she goes, no. I'm like, Why are we talking about this right now? I thought we were just having a grand old day.
I forget what it was about because it wasn't like that. Was, again, miscommunication because I was saying it like, I don't know, matter of fact about something and it related to something. And then he's like, are you mad? And I'm like, I'm totally not mad. Like
You did say you were not mad. We didn't have a fight or anything, but there was like a bringing up of, well, and not like we have old, like.
I forget what it was though.
Yeah. I'm making it. I feel like we're making it sound like we have these like we're constantly fighting all the time, and it's not that. It's just a matter of when we have had a fight.
No, I feel like fighting is seasonal.
I would agree with that. That's a right statement.
Once a month. 1 week out of the month. You just need to pamper me when I'm having a special week. All right. Anyways, who's more likely to say I'm fine when they're not? Oof. 1, 2, 3. Toss up.
I kind of think it might be me.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think
Because I don't say I'm fine.
you do. But you
When I don't want to fight, I guess I'll say nothing.
Here's the thing: you make it known that your "I'm fine" is not "I'm fine." But you also don't let it go. Like if I'm like, okay, then you'll come and make it known to me that you're not fine. Mm-hmm. So you don't, your I'm fine doesn't.
And you
last.
will go, well, nope, I'm fine. And I'm like, what was the well? And you're like, nope, I'm not. That's
I don't
nothing.
think
I'm
that-
good.
I don't
I'm
think
good.
that's-
Nope, I'm good. And
I
I'm
think
like,
that's happened maybe one
you can't-
time. I think it's happened maybe once. I don't think that one's accurate. I think you feel like that because you'll say that to me. You'll say there are times. So here's the thing though. Here's the thing for me. This is real right now. This is a real thing, a real topic.
real versus feel.
On a very real scenario, there are times that I am off or upset about something else, not between Kelly and I. I'm saying something else, meaning like something in life. I'm feeling burdened or I'm feeling, overwhelmed or stressed or upset about a scenario. And Kelly will ask me if I'm upset with her. And it kind of upsets me that I'm like, I just like, like she knows everything going on. And I'm like, all of these other things. Like, why would you ask me if I'm upset with you if you know that I'm struggling with all this other stuff right now? Like there's this huge wrestling match going on.
You want to know why? Get inside my head for a second. If you know that your husband has a lot on his plate and you feel like, I hope I didn't do something to add to that. Because if I did, I want to correct it because he's already got a lot on his plate. So when I say to you, did I upset you? I am making sure that I have an add to your burdens that are already there.
I see that in this moment. I don't know that in
You don't see it in those moments because you are too wound up with what you have going on.
So what I'm saying is though, when I look at you and I say I'm fine, usually, and you're having that kind of like intuition of, well, you're not fine. Obviously you're not fine. For me, it's like, well, it's not that I'm not fine with you. It's that I've already told you, or you already know all these other things that are going on.
So you started this episode out by saying you need to learn how to deal with and fight
how to fight with your partner.
So if you know that your wife just needs a simple, honey, it's not you. I've just got a lot on my plate. That's it. That's all it takes.
Yeah, but you made me mad by asking me.
That is like someone saying, don't ask me if I'm mad because now I am mad. Now I'm mad at you because you asked me if I'm mad at you.
But wait,
That
somebody
is
asking you,
crazy to
somebody
me.
asking if you're mad over and over can actually make you mad. I'm not saying you're asking over and over. I'm just saying somebody who's like asking, are you mad? Are you mad? Are you mad? Over and over. It can actually make you mad. The girls have proven that. They will be in the car in the back. Are you mad? And we're literally like laughing in the front seat. They're like, are you all fighting? We're like, no, we're not fighting. Well, then we're laughing a little longer. And they're way in the back in the van. There. Are you sure you're not fighting? And after like the third time of that, I'm like, we're not fighting. So you can get frustrated at the idea.
Yes, but I do not usually ask more than once unless it's a.
No, I'm not saying that that's repetitive as far as over and over. But I am saying that just for me, if I know that you know what is going on
But there's
in a given
still
scenario.
the possibility that I have done something to upset you.
Well, then, okay, but to my point, then you know what I would say to that? This is
Just don't ask you.
no, I would say it would be in the way that you ask. If you acknowledged the other things happening and were like, hey, I know you got all this other stuff going on. I just want to make sure, have I done something? Am I included in that? That would soften the blow for me to be like, that I wouldn't feel like, really? Like, we're going to ask me right now if I'm mad at you? You know, there's all these other things. No, I'm not mad at you.
Oh, I really strongly disagree with that. Like, I feel like if you're not mad at me, there should be no reason that your wife coming to you and saying, hey, I haven't done something, have I?
You've never said, you don't say, haven't done something, have I? You look at me and go, are you mad at me?
No, I say, have I done something?
Yeah, you'll say, have I done something? You know what's going on.
Simple diffuser would be, no, not at all.
Yeah,
Honey, I got
yes, that's right. You could diffuse it first, by the way.
I don't ask.
I didn't say.
But then if you don't ask and you have done something, then it's an anger that builds up. That it's like,
I don't ever get mad at not asking. I don't ever get mad at not asking.
Difference between men and women.
If you know that something's stressing me out and you don't ask me if I'm mad at you, I've never been like, you didn't ask me if you were mad at me. I'm mad at you for not asking me that I was mad at you. And then if I don't say something back, are you mad at me for not asking you if you were mad at me? Like, how far down the line does that go?
We're misfiring here.
This was your episode.
I know, but we're misfiring on that one.
Okay, all right.
But we're gonna move it on.
Okay, all right.
All right. Who is more likely to want to talk immediately?
Depends on the time.
It's me.
If it's
Name one time you've wanted to talk immediately.
well, sometimes. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, never. I don't think there's ever been a time that you're like,
I think for what I was gonna equate, but I don't see it as correct. So I'm just like, what was in my head was like, I think I will come to you knowing that this is a hard topic,
Yeah.
and that this is going to be hard for us. I will come to you and say, hey, I know this is going to be a deal, but we've got to talk about this. Like, I can't let this go, or I know I just see a problem or whatever. And I will come to you and I'll tell you that. And,
yeah, that's true.
I'm never one to be scared of the conflict. I can't be. I mean, it's just maybe it's just me, but I just can't avoid the conflict. So if I feel like it has to be said, then I could be wrong. There are times that I feel like it has to be said and it doesn't have to be said. So I'm self-admitting that, but I'm telling you that there are definitely times that I feel like, definitely times that I feel like I have to say something, but that's not the same as wanting to talk about it when we've had a disagreement.
Yeah, you're not.
That's not me. I'm once I realize in my brain, once I realize what I think that you think about something, I'm like, well, I know what she thinks about it.
Okay, next question.
All right.
Who is more likely to need time to cool off?
Me.
Yeah.
I don't need lots of time to cool off. That's the thing. I'm like, I just need a little bit
I
of time.
want to learn to be that person, though. I want to learn to be the person to be like, I need to go cool off.
You would have to give me this though. Am I correct in saying this? If I'm wrong, correct me, because I want to be this, and if I'm not, then I want to do better. I feel like I do actually cool off though. Like if you will just if I look at you and say, I need a minute, I'm gonna go out in the yard and chop some wood, or I'm gonna go for a drive, or whatever.
I will say 99% of the time, if we're in a heated argument, the only way to lessen it 99% of the time is going to be you have to come in and be like, listen, I don't want to fight, but if you're still like combative, like as I am, if I'm in a combative mood and I'm like, no, I have something to prove, or you're wrong about this. This is not how it went down. I will not back down. I won't. And I find I have a hard time in the middle of a fight, if I'm right or if I feel right, to be like, hey, listen, I don't want to fight. I've done it a couple times.
I can
But
do
you're
that
definitely
too.
the person that does the
But it's not really asking.
would have to.
But it's asking like who has to like
Yeah.
go cool off. And for me, I can if I look at you and say, hey, I need to cool off.
Yeah.
Well, number one,
Well, it does help everything because
and you usually have to
usually
admit like
ends the argument.
I'm telling you the truth. Like I'm like I need to go cool off. Like I'm getting mad.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I
even
had
say
to
it.
get over the fact of like, why would you need to cool off from a conversation with me?
With me.
Yeah.
Why would you need to cool
like,
off?
I'm your wife.
From
How are
me.
you so heated at your wife that I had to get over that way of thinking?
But for me, it's not about whether it's just about the matter of whether I have to think about the scenario. I got to weigh things out in my head. Sometimes another thing for me is, in a conversation, naturally there's a back and forth and sometimes there's interrupting, and I hate being interrupted. That is a big pet peeve of mine. Mm-hmm. And so whenever, and I'm not saying it's not a natural thing that happens in a conversation, it is, but if I'm feeling passionate about something and I'm already escalated and then it's like I can't get my thought out, then usually I'm like, you know what, I need to go cool off or whatever. And that just helps me to like compose my thoughts and compose myself. A lot of times I'll get by myself, and one of the things that I'll say to myself is like, do I want this? That's something different between you and I. We are so quick. We're sitting here talking about fighting, but we are really quick to get over it.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't hold on to stuff for, it might get brought up later, but we're not like walking around angry with each other. I mean, unless you're mad at me and I don't know it. And right now you're like, no, I've been ticked at you for months.
Right.
But
no,
like we don't,
like the longest is a couple of hours.
Yeah,
and even that's long to me. That only happens when it's been a fight, when it's been like
a long couple of
pretty-
hours.
Yeah. Like I will straight up go silent and just be like, no, I'm not. That's how I need to cool down.
But
I need a couple hours to just.
With my late wife Sarah, I would, I was young and stubborn, and I'm hot-headed. And listen, she was hard-headed, hot-headed. Like she just really, really hot-headed about things, and she would hold on, and I would hold on, and we would be operational. We would be operationally angry. Like we would be mad at each other and still going about life. And I regret that. I wish I could go back and change that, but I can't. But I didn't. Her passing shifted my perspective. That I'm like, oh man, I weigh everything against the time that I have with somebody, and how quick life became when she passed. And I realized, I feel like it was 18 years together, and I honestly feel like it was a year.
Yeah.
If you were to be like, all right, what did that feel like? I'd be like, like we spent a year.
Yeah.
But it was 18 years together. And so it was just a blip on the radar. In the whole scheme of things, it was a long time. And yet at the same time, it wasn't nearly enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I agree with that. I think that's why, like, when you need to go cool off, if you're going for a drive, like that's something that goes off in my brain, that it's like, well, but if I leave to go clean and we're in a fight, I don't know. That's the only thought going through my mind is if I don't come home because something happens to me.
Oh, for sure.
That's going to be the last thing.
Yeah, that totally runs through my head too. That's part of what helps me to like cool off, to be like, okay, wait a minute. Like this isn't what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a live like you were dying moment, because
Right.
you are. I mean, at the end of the day, you are. Every second you
Oh, yeah.
breathe.
You just don't know.
And even the fact that you don't know, here's something you do know. You are always one more moment closer to the end.
Yeah, it's true.
At least the end of this life.
Yes.
And the end of your time together.
Yes.
And so, is this really the way you want to spend those moments?
Right.
And my answer is no, I don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes my level of injustice or passion, feels, I don't know, challenged, and I kind of forget that for a moment.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I try to be quick to be like, all right, come back off of that.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether I'm right,
Yeah.
or regardless of whether I've
I would
been
agree.
wronged, does that really matter? Do I really want it do I want this to be the thing that we do? And the answer is no.
Yeah.
So
I'm with
anyways.
you on that.
But I do sometimes need a moment to like, I don't know. Like I said, I just let me go pull
To
some.
come to that
Yeah,
realization.
just let me get out of this. Sometimes
Yeah.
maybe it's even just that. Like, let me get out of this scenario
Yeah.
to just think for
Of
a few
seeing
minutes.
red, really.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'm like a bull, and you're the matador.
Sometimes.
You'd be a matador.
Oh, babe, I don't know.
Matador. Matador.
I don't know.
It feels like that's masculine.
Yeah,
Matador.
it does.
Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Who's most likely to pray first? 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Equal.
Yeah. I would say it's pretty equal right now.
I think in the beginning it was me. But you, somewhere inside of our relationship, you stepped up the prayer life and was like, I want to pray. And so
I think it's once I saw there was an instance that we went through. I'm not going to talk about on here. That was someone outside of us, and we prayed first, and it changed the atmosphere.
just to be clear, we weren't fighting about, we had a scenario with somebody outside of us that we were trying to deal with that person.
Yes, and so we prayed about it before entering
And
the room.
they were just like the epitome of unreasonable.
Yes.
And then so this time we were going over to go and we prayed before we entered this situation.
Yeah.
And their whole demeanor was different.
Yes.
And they even said, they were like, I had some things I wanted to say, but I can't remember.
Right.
You know? So, but yeah, man, it seems like that was about the time. But you know, I think too, just, you know, if I could speak to that for a second, I think that just goes to say, like, when a husband leads his household, and when you have a husband saying, let's pray, let's pray, let's pray, on so many other occasions, and you're hearing it and you're seeing it, that's coming off, that's like rubbing off
Yeah.
on you to some degree.
I would agree.
And I think too, maybe the nerves, you know, when we were dating or whatever, it's, you know, you're the pastor, you know, you're the pastor, you pray. But, somewhere
Yeah.
inside of there, when I say that Kelly prays, like, I mean, she will and ask for and initiate and then verbally pray over the situation or me or whatever. And it doesn't always even have to be fighting. I'm just saying, as a kudos to Kelly, she will do that. You know, she came in the office on Sunday. I was sitting by myself in the office, and she came in and said, you know, can I pray with you? And just prayed over me, you know, before Sunday service. And, you know, she'll do the same thing if she knows, you know, something's going on or whatever. She'll say, well, can I pray over you? And so
Yeah.
anyways.
But it was definitely your example. I can definitely say that it was the example that you set that made me a prayer warrior like I am now, like a verbal prayer warrior.
Yeah, more than like, I'll pray for you when I'm by myself. But
Yeah.
you're like, well, I've even seen you do it with other people now. You're like, can I pray with you right now?
Yeah.
Like, can I pray with you? I never saw you do that when we were dating. Not
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
You know, now you're Miss Bold about it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we're gonna do one more.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, just in this section.
Okay.
All right. Who is the first to admit that they're wrong?
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Neither.
Yeah, I would say neither. But I'm never wrong, so there's that. I mean, most of the time I'm not. So, okay, I'm just kidding. I don't want to get this going. All right.
That was restraint.
That was restraint.
Yeah.
That was his slow blink, in case you didn't catch that.
Which is actually a fast blink if you think about it.
Mine's a fast blink.
You know what it is though? It's the number of blinks is fast, but it's the kind of, you slow down your eyelids a little bit.
It's almost like an eye roll.
Yeah.
It's like a attitude blink.
It's a way of saying you can think that.
All right, round 2.
Oh boy, I didn't know there was like a whole nother.
Finish the sentence.
Oh no, I don't want to do this. Okay.
Justin,
Oh.
What's one thing Kelly does during an argument that drives you crazy? I already know this answer. I can answer it for you.
Okay.
Want me to answer it for you?
I do want you to answer for me because I don't want to answer it.
Interrupts or talks over you.
If that counts with also will not see something from my side.
Is that your top?
Yeah, because usually the interrupting happens after. Yeah.
It's so funny though that you say that because like honestly that's how I feel. Like you refuse to see it from my side. And I think that's what happens. There's the butting of heads because you refuse to look at it like maybe Kelly did see it that way and maybe that's why she did react that way. And I don't come your way either and say, well, maybe he did see it that way, even though he's wrong. I wasn't saying it like that, but I need to come over to his side and say, well, this is how he took it.
So if I could though, what I feel like is I feel like when we're in those conversations, the thing that gets to me the most is when I look at you and say the words. I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying. I hear you. You see this, this, and this. But can you see how I could see this, this, this? And you look at me and go, no. And I'm like, sometimes I feel like I've even said the words. I'm like, look at the way I'm telling you, like I see what you're saying, but you're telling me that like there's no truth in any of what I'm saying here. And you'll look at me and you'll go, no. And I'm like, that is the part that I feel like.
I'm sorry.
I'll
try to do better.
I'm not mad at it. That made you sound bad, and I didn't mean to make you sound
no,
bad. You're not bad. I love what we have, and that we do not stay. That's my whole point. That's what I was saying earlier. Like we cannot help it. We live with each other. Mm-hmm. We are two different people who see things differently, but we choose to love each other.
Yeah.
Because we do, like we've fallen in love with each other. So we're like, and then we're like, you know what? I don't want to fight with you over that. Yeah. I don't want to fight with you over something that you said or, whatever. I don't know. I feel like we do a really good job. So that's one of the things that I didn't love about this, because I'm like, I feel like it makes it sound like we're fighting, but we're not. Like we do a really great job. I feel like you know what I would say? Let me say it the other way. I feel like my days are better with you. Mm-hmm. And I hate the days that we've had some sort of a fight and I need a minute to cool off. Like I hate that. Those are the worst ones.
Me too.
Anyways.
Me too.
You got to finish one then. Even though you finished mine for me.
I know.
Kelly, one thing Justin does during an argument that drives you crazy. That's the same thing. I mean, what's one thing I do in an argument that drives you crazy? The one thing I do in an argument that drives you crazy is?
Considering an interruption when I'm trying to dissect the argument. Like, okay, hold on. I'm going to forget what you said here at A when we get down to Z. And so let me talk about A while you're talking about A. Let me defend myself during A. And then we can move on to B. And then we can, I'll go over why I thought that or why. But you insist that I'm trying to be disrespectful or interrupt you. And it's not that. And so that would be the one thing that drives me crazy.
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I think that, so I do not want to sound like I'm being like a baby about something, but I legitimately, like growing up, there was just a constant interruption. And even to the point that when I was an adult and I was around some of those persons who constantly interrupted, and I would call it out and I would be like, hey, like I'm literally trying to talk right now. And then they would just continue. I'm telling you, it is nails on a chalkboard for me. And so I think that the feeling of being interrupted kind of creeps up more than maybe the interruption is.
Yeah.
And, you're not trying to not always. I think there's probably been, 0.5% of our arguments. There's probably been a moment when you purposefully were like, I'm not going to hear what you have to say right now, but super rare and far between. That is not you as a person. You're not constantly doing that. As a matter of fact, sometimes I think to myself, like we'll be walking and I'm talking and then I realize like I have talked half of this walk and you have basically been like, and I'm just like a little teenage girl over here just chatting your ear off. And I'll be like, I'm gonna quit talking. Now I will like say it in my head. I'm like, I'm gonna quit talking now. Like I need to stop, dominating a conversation because I can. I mean, I
But
can't.
I do like when you talk.
Well, I know because then I notice sometimes when I stop talking that you'll ask me a question to get me going. Because
It's just pure conversation. I'm not like, what do I ask now to? I just
no, I don't think that, but I do feel like sometimes you're like, oh, he stopped talking. I know how to get it. Like, I know how to pull that engine cord. Like, yeah, well,
I
what
don't
did you
feel
think
it.
about?
I don't feel
And
it.
I'm like, well, I'll tell you what I. And then I talk for the rest of the half of the wall.
I don't feel that way.
I'm glad you don't feel that way. But anyways, I'm just saying that you don't constantly interrupt me. But because of that being this like crazy pet peeve that I
Yeah.
have, and then when it happens
Yes.
in an argument when I'm already escalated, even though it might be a justified interruption,
Yeah.
it's still like a. But it's hard when you're in an argument to like let somebody sit there and say something and talk as much as I talk and then not put your hand up, like, hang on a second, I gotta say or
Right.
whatever. So
All right. What's one thing you appreciate how I handle conflict?
well, I think I already touched on it a little bit, but I think that we've really come to a great place of you saying, hang on, let's pray about this. And we like take each other's hands and you pray. And it's hard to stay mad in prayer.
Yeah.
And you initiate that. And so that would be my, I mean, if we're going to, it's hard to appreciate something about conflict, but if I'm going to,
Well, how you handle conflict, not the conflict itself, because like mine would be which you do it more now than you did before, but you'll take me and you'll say, listen, I love you so much. I am so glad that you're my wife and I don't want to fight with you. And
yeah,
that
because
right
I've
there-
realized somewhere in the middle of it, you're taking an argument about, whether or not we should have dinner at 5:00 or 7:00.
like you don't want to be married to me.
Right. And then all of a sudden you think I regret being married to you because we were eating dinner super early. And I'm like, I don't really
It's
want
not
to eat.
really about that ever. It's never been an eating dinner early thing. He's being facetious. But
We absolutely did have it wasn't like a heated conversation.
I would never feel like that over dinner being
No. Okay. That part. Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
That part of it is probably hyperbolic.
But again, that goes to how you said, well, there's some people that like if you raise your voice or there's a difference and it's a trauma thing for me. Like I've had things in my past before Jonathan that have made me feel like you can lose someone's love just by an action and by
I think it's a reasonable thought. People can stop loving each other.
right.
I don't think you necessarily fall out of love with each other, but
choose.
I think you can. Right, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. What do you have to choose? That's what I was trying to say earlier. You are making a choice to say, even though these things have happened or whatever, I love this person. So I think you can choose to not love somebody, or you can maybe it's not even a conscious choice in a certain way, but I think you can let yourself get to a point where you like don't feel like you love somebody. On the opposite end of that, you can work on that and you can go, no, this is the person that I love. This is my spouse. It's my wife. This is my husband. I love them.
Yeah.
And I do not want anything to come in between that. And this feels like an attack on that. And so I want to get rid of this because I want to keep that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. All right. What's the biggest thing you've learned about conflict in our marriage, being our second marriage?
What's the biggest thing you've
Because
learned
of being
about
widowed.
conflict?
If you're tuning in halfway through to this second marriage,
If you walked in on your spouse watching this,
yeah,
and you're like, what are they talking about? Okay. The thing I probably learned about conflict, I think I probably addressed
We
it a
touched
little
on
bit
it,
earlier,
yeah.
but I would say the thing I've learned the most about it is like, it is not worth it.
yeah,
I mean, I think now that I'm where I am now, I legitimately feel like probably, I don't know, I could probably count on two hands, under 10 things that I would say that's worth fighting over.
right,
There's probably more that I'm not I'm sure there's some scenario that you could hand me and I'm like, yeah, okay, that would be worth fighting over. But honestly, most things, if I really can catch my breath and think for a second, I go, that's not worth fighting over.
Yeah.
And if I can get to that, if I can get myself into that mindset of going, that's not worth fighting over, then, if I really think about it in the whole scheme of things, what's the point? It's so funny. I remember one time, I don't remember if I think it was a movie somewhere. If anybody knows this story, if you're like, I remember that in the movie, I think it was a movie that I saw. There was this old man and he was telling this story to some other guy. This guy had been fighting with his wife in some way. And this old man is telling the story about how his wife used to have these little cats, these little porcelain cat kind of statues, and she'd put them up on the windowsill. And he hated those cats on the windowsill. And every day she'd put the cats up on the windowsill, and every day he'd come by and he'd scrape them into a box and put them in a shoebox or whatever, put them in a drawer, and he'd put them away. And he'd come back the next day and she'd lined up her little cats all along the windowsill again. And he's kind of telling the story with like a little smile on his face. And then he said, and then she passed, and he said, and I missed her putting those little cats up on the windowsill. And the guy who was talking to the younger guy was like, so where are the cats now? And he was like, the old guy was like, up on the windowsill. I put him up on the windowsill. And I remember that story, and I can think through probably 100 things that Sarah used to do that felt like it drove me nuts.
Yeah.
And I would be like, why do you have to do it like that? Like, why does it have to be that way? And now I find myself doing the things that she did.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I don't even know why. Sometimes they're out of memory and loss and reflection. And, other things are just like I guess maybe I feel like now that she's gone, I'm like, oh, well, that actually did need to be done. I was not doing it. She was the one doing it. And anyways, yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like we've touched on it, so that's why. Did
you have anything to add to what's the biggest thing you learned about conflict in a second marriage?
No.
That there is conflict in marriage?
Yeah. I mean that.
Does that one count?
Yeah. That would be but I didn't want it to be like, I don't ever want it to seem like I'm comparing like, oh, well, my first marriage was so great because there was no, it was just different. It was two different people together than two different people together here. And so like, I don't know. It's just,
I think you legitimately thought you were not hard-headed.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I didn't have a whole lot of opportunities to be hard-headed because, like, I don't know, he wasn't strongly opinionated. And I was, and he was okay with that. It wasn't like, oh, I got to give her way. He just, he loved to let me be the opinionated, like doing the budget and the bills and stuff like that. He didn't mind me just doing that stuff, and not that we had much of a budget. It's not like now where,
hey, listen, I have zero problem with you doing a budget. I have no problem with that.
Oh, shoot. And I didn't get to shop.
Wait, are you telling me you used to do a budget and now you don't?
Babe, I had to budget like $14,000 a year. That's like the most we ever made in our marriage.
I know.
And so, I mean, like he just let me make the decisions, and it wasn't like she's hard-headed. She's the one that wants to do it. She's strong, and he just didn't care. He went and he worked. And came home with, and I was always like, do you have to go to work? That hasn't changed about me.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, he owned the landscape business, so I was like, well, the grass can wait. And he's like, the grass keeps growing. It can't wait. I'm only putting myself in something harder if I don't go to work today.
All right. So this one, knowing that was your scenario.
Yep.
I'm curious about this question.
All right.
What's something you wish you knew at 25?
That death was a real thing. It didn't feel like, until I lost Jonathan, death didn't feel like a real thing to me. And I know that sounds silly in one way, because obviously death is real. But I always saw death as like you get old and you die. I've seen other people, like there was someone I worked with, this kid, and he passed away. I mean, not when I was working with him, like years later, I found out he passed away. I guess I just didn't register it, you know what I mean? And so at 25, to me, death wasn't the end for me and him was us being old and dying old together. That was in my mind. That's how it was going to go. I never thought of anything else. I never thought that a wrench can be thrown in your plans and that the marriage can end through one of you guys dying so early on.
Yeah, there's a realism that's upon us now. I mean, our book will address some of that.
Yeah.
You know, that there's a realism that's upon us right now that that wasn't there before, only because you kind of don't, you know it, but you don't address it.
Yeah.
We address it now.
Yeah.
But you don't know to address it. Like you I don't know, it's almost like a human thing. And I would say that leads me to my answer about like what I wish that I'd known at 25, that I think that death has shown me, and it can be applied to more than conflict, but I think it's to have empathy for someone else who's going through it.
Yeah.
And that applies to conflict in a certain way. And I know you said that that's something that, you know, when we were talking about, you know, like finish the sentence, but I was saying something similar to that. But I think about like when I was, you know, 25 years old, and I would, you know, it was just all about what was in my head. How did I feel about a scenario, or how did I, whatever. And I didn't take time to pause and say, okay, wait, this other person's feelings about this or their thoughts about this, they are real and they are valid. You know, they definitely felt invalid to me. It was like, well, no, they're not valid.
Right.
Well, they are. They are absolutely valid. Like that person's perspective was a real perspective.
Yeah.
And you can tell somebody that all you want until you've lived it and then had a change of perspective. And for me, death brought that change of perspective. And, you know, one thing for me that I've seen is it's almost hard for me to say this, but I can very vividly remember being in my 20s and early 30s and people who had been widowed for a certain amount of years. And I would think to myself, well, I mean, at some point, like, you know, that's on you. You know, you could remarry if you want. I totally had those type of thoughts. Like, you know, you don't have to stay single if you don't want. It's hard for you to be in that
But I think that's
scenario.
where the empathy comes in, because, you know, like, I feel like I've always had empathy. Like, I'm a very empathetic person because, and this is going to sound silly, but if you lie about having a flat tire, calling into work, you better watch it because you're going to end up with a flat tire. And I think that that's the same all the way around. And that's why I try and tell people, be careful how you're judging you.
Yeah, sure.
For how you just lived your widowhood and us in our marriage. And then for people who do things like
Right.
you're gonna end up experiencing that.
And I will tell you that, like, I did not verbalize that judgment,
Right.
but it was there.
Yes.
Like, I'm admitting, you know, 20 years later, I am
Yes.
admitting that, you know, maybe 10 years later, if I'm talking about my 30s, but like, you know, okay, so a different example would be chemotherapy. I used to say of chemotherapy, I've never liked it. Other people, I would see that they had cancer and they had done chemo. And I remember just in my head, I'm like, I would never, you know, if my wife ever got cancer, no, I would do this, or I would never do that.
I mean, but to be fair, you wouldn't have still.
Like for myself, I would not have.
Right.
But here I was in a scenario where I had a wife who looked at me. This was a real conversation that we had. We were on our way to the hospital. We had one argument after. It's funny, we're talking about conflict. You know, we had one argument after she was diagnosed. And we agreed after that argument, we were like, we don't have any time to fight. We don't want to do this. You know, we don't want to fight with each other. But we had one fight, and it was over chemotherapy. She wanted to do chemotherapy because she was
Convinced.
right. And she said to me, she said, you know, here is this. She said these words. She said, here's this multi-million-dollar facility that's there to help me. That's resources I don't have without that. And in my brain, I see it as like, you know, there's a multi-million-dollar facility and they need you to have cancer so that they can have that You
Yep.
know, they can have that.
Yep.
And by the way, if you're a doctor or a nurse, I'm just telling you a scenario that happened between
Yes.
two people, and we were at this conflict. And so what I'm telling you is all the things that I thought when I saw other people having chemotherapy, then to see my wife from her perspective of desperately grasping at trying to save her life so she could be here with her family and
Yes.
her kids. And that was her whole thing, was like, well, Justin, what else can I do? This is all we know. This is what we have in front of us. Everything else is a guess. At least this has some sort of an answer. Of course, there was me being like, but I don't love the answer that they have, but that's beyond the point for a second. I'm just simply saying that was a perspective shift.
Yeah.
That said, I now see this, and it brought a new kind of an empathy.
Yeah.
And I wish that I could have had that at if there's anything I could go back, which you can't, but I'm just saying, if that's the question, you know, something I wish I'd known at 25 was just to be empathetic towards somebody's scenario that says you really don't know what somebody else is going through. You haven't walked in their shoes. You don't know from their perspective. You don't know all the little intricacies of why those decisions have been made or whatever. And so, you know, I really have tried to practice, especially in the last 5 years, to slow down, back up from the scenario, try to take a bigger, broader view of other things that might have been affecting this thing that led, and not be so narrow-minded about,
Yeah.
you know, I think I was just very narrow-minded about things, like kind of like there was like a real super simple, like this is right, this is wrong,
Yep.
kind of, and don't misunderstand me. In a lot of things, where I'm talking about morality, in morality, there is right and wrong.
Yeah.
But it's easy, especially for a young male, at least me, it was easy for me to blend that, whether it was like a moral right and wrong, or if this was a situational,
Yeah.
maybe there's not necessarily a right or a wrong. Anyways, there you go. I made that answer too long. I'm sorry.
No, I'm totally, I think it's important for people to hear that,
Yeah.
you know. But we have some questions for our viewers.
And we got to go through them because we're going to run out of time on
I
it.
know, on our camera.
Wait, 4K can only go so long.
All right, questions. We want you guys to answer in the comments.
Oh, if
Yeah.
you made it this far,
Yes.
let's hear it.
Do you want to talk immediately or cool off first? Or is your husband?
I would love to know, by the way, if you're married, and I know we have a large group of widows and widowers that follow us, but if you're still married, or if you want to answer for your late spouse,
Yeah.
I'm just curious what their thoughts are.
I know.
You know, do they match?
Yeah. Because I'm sure you know with your late spouse. Like,
Although I feel like we matched pretty well
yeah.
throughout this.
Yeah.
We,
I agree.
We know each other.
Yeah. Very well.
I think we do.
All right. Next question. Who apologizes first in your marriage? Or if you're widowed, who apologized first in your marriage? Question number 3. Have you ever gone to bed angry? Because I think most people have probably gone to bed angry at some point or another.
I sent you a little reel earlier. Did you see it?
Yeah, I said, ha, 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 ha.
It said it was like, why is this every couple in marriage or something like that? It's like a little cartoon, and it's like the little cartoon girl is on her side of the bed and she's crying, and there's tissues and there's like a wet pillowcase, you know, by her head, and then it goes. The guy is like,
Uh-huh. Yes. Yes.
she will wake me up. How can you fall asleep right now? I'm like, we weren't getting anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. All right. What's the dumbest fight you've ever had? You're probably going to have to shorten it up. I don't know how much space they give you in a comment.
Well, you know what? The shorter you make that statement, the funnier that becomes.
Yeah.
You know, if you really, because
Like cat food. That's your answer.
I mean, Kelly and I have had a giant fight over a cereal bar. See, the shorter you keep
And
it.
it's not the worst fight, but close to it.
You don't think so?
Over a cereal bar. No, there's been one other.
Oh, I think it was the worst.
No. If I reminded
Wait,
you
are we
of
gonna
one other
are we
one.
gonna fight? Are we gonna fight about that?
No.
Okay.
No. So that's it. That's all we have for you. We would love for you guys to answer in the comments because, yeah, we've had one of our fights over a cereal bar. And so we would try to use one word with that answer.
Yep. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate you all so much. We appreciate your comments.
We appreciate your love.
Yeah.
And that you guys are still listening to us
a year and
a couple of months later.
Almost a couple of months later.
And y'all, we got to plan some kind of like retreat where we all get to hang out together.
You've said this before.
I know.
I think that's kind of wild.
I know. I want to do it. I have a lot of wild ideas though.
Y'all can pre-pledge to the Kellys. Maybe we do like a overnight or a 2-night or something.
That's
like
what I
something
mean.
Short.
Yeah.
Can't be like.
No.
You said retreat.
You can definitely have a 1 or 2 day retreat.
Okay. All right.
So let's.
Would you come to Kelly's 1-day retreat?
Yeah. Answer that.
Her marriage retreat.
It'd be so much fun. I think we have a lot of people that would come to it.
I think there'd be a few.
It's
I
funny
don't know
that
about
God
a
put
lot.
me and him together because, I always said, oh, he's the dreamer and like
I am at certain things.
You are like a whole lot. But I'm saying, I noticed I am too. Like today we were walking and I popped off and I'm like, we should totally open a summer school type of thing. It's summer camp.
Like program.
Summer program.
For the students at the school.
For people, everyone, for anyone who's in public school, that what do parents do with their kids in the summer? I'm fortunate enough that obviously I'm a homeschool mom all the way around, but what do people do when they have to work and their kids are home for the summer? And, so I want to start a camp. So just add it to my list of things. And so if you put me and him together, forget about it.
Yeah.
We're always going to be doing something.
I think we're always going to be doing something either way.
I know.
So
That's true. All right. Chime in the comments.
see you guys.
Love you.
Happy chaos, that's our song. Loud and wild.